Hello everyone. Today's date is 18 May 2022. Today's our topic is about the checked exception and unchecked exception in Java. So before discussing today's topic, let me introduce myself. I am Chetanajay Kondlewa. I am from Chandrapur. I have done my engineering in field electrical engineering in 2019. So this is all about me. Let's start our today's topic, that is checked exception and unchecked exception in Java. The checked exception and unchecked exception in Java is a part of exception handling. The exception handling, it is a the exception handling it is a most powerful mechanism to handle the runtime errors. So so that the normal flow of the application is to be maintained. Also, the exception handling is a mechanism to handle the runtime errors like SQL exception, file not found exception, class not found exception, IO exception, etc. So this is all about the exception handling. So there are two types of exception handling, that is checked exception and unchecked exception. Let's see one by one. So first one is checked exception. A class that directly inherits the throwable class except the runtime exception and error called as checked exception. The checked exception is checked at compile time. Also, the checked exception, it is an user-defined exception. They are file not found exception, IO exception, SQL exception. That are the checked exception in Java. So also let me consider. Let's see. We write a program. We write a code. We write a program. We write a Java program, and we assume we not use the try or catch method and the throws keywords. What will be happen? The Java compiler that check the checked exception during the compilation to verify the method. At that time, it will be checked the method contains exception handling. It will be using of try or catch method or not. If it will be not using the try or catch method, then it will be checked the method declaring method using the declaration of throws keyword. If in this case the Java finds neither the two cases, at that time it shows the some errors. Whatever will the code it will be used in the program, it will be give some exceptions in the our at the compile time. Also, but if we use the try or catch method in the code, then it will be it will be not give show the error, but it will be give the exception. Whatever will be the code is right in the program, this exception it will give at the compile time. Now let's see the example. If we write the code to read the data from the file using the file reader class, and if the file is not found, at that time it will use and file is not found compile exception error. So this is an example of check exception. So this is a check exception. Another one is the unchecked exception. Unchecked exception is that the class is inherits the runtime exception is called as unchecked exception. The unchecked exception is checked not at the compile time, but it will be checked at runtime. So it will for example it will be give some exceptions like in out of bound index exception. So these are the exceptions. It will be from the unchecked exception. Now let's see the example. Int x equals to int x equals to 0, int y equals to 10. Then it will be divided from the x by the y. Now now int z equals to y by x. When we compile the given code at that time, it will be gives some exception, that is arithmetic exception by the 0. So it is an unchecked exception. The arithmetic exception, it is an unchecked exception. So this is the unchecked exception, and this is all about the checked exception and unchecked exception in Java. Thank you.